Hey y'all, good morning. So I had a little bit of extra time this morning and I thought I would give you guys one of the videos that I kind of previewed in my last video, and this one is going to be about all the different ways that you can use the Savvy Minerals foundation. So as you can see, I've already done my foundation on my face. I figured that's kind of a given. So we would go ahead and start there. But I'm going to move on into all the different types of methods that I have used foundation for. And that's not even really a good sentence. But anyway, it's really early. And I decided not to do a live video for this one just because if you guys have seen some of my previous ones, I've been having issues with the exposure with the live videos, but it doesn't happen when I pre-film. I won't be editing this, so you'll get all the rambling, sorry. But hopefully the video quality will be better. And I thought it was really especially important for this one since I'm going to be showing you so many different techniques. I want to make sure that you see it really well and that you can, you know, glean everything that you need to glean from that. So let's just dive right on in. As I said, I've already got my foundation on. I've primed my eyelids and we're just gonna go from there. So I'm doing things in kind of a different order than I would naturally do my makeup. I might have a little bit of hiccups along the way. Bear with. But here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, since I've done most of my face makeup, I'm just gonna finish my complexion and then we'll move on to other parts of the face. And you guys have seen me do this before. I love to use a darker foundation as my contour. And two of the reasons that I love using the foundation over the bronzers is because the foundation that I use, particularly Dark One, is a cool foundation. That's a better option for a contour shade. Shadows are not warm. They are more of a gray kind of cool kind of look to it. And so the Dark One, for me, the cooler foundation mimics that a little bit better and it looks a bit more natural. So, so I just start where my ear meets my face and I go right under that cheekbone there and I come down to kind of where my eyebrow stops, and then I just buff it out lightly so that there's no harsh lines. And there I have contour. Now you may see on camera, it does pull a little bit warm, and that's something we'll talk about again later. That just happens on me a lot with these products. But what I tend to do also is just go over it a little bit with my foundation, just to tamp that down just a tiny bit. So I'm just gonna repeat that on the other side. And I'm okay with that tiny bit of warmth there. It doesn't really bother me very much. And as you can see, I went a little ham on this side. So I'm gonna get a little bit more foundation on my brush and I'm gonna mute that a little bit. There we go. Okay. So moving on. This is not foundation, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do actually, no. See, I told y'all I was gonna have a little bit of hiccups here because I'm doing it in a weird order. So I'm gonna do bronzer next, and I have a little sample of Dark 2 here. It looks like so. It's pretty dark, especially for me, but I'm gonna take this nice fluffy brush here. I'm gonna get just a little bit on the tip, and I'm gonna tap off the excess, and I'm gonna follow my hairline lightly with the Dark 2. You could do this with Dark 1. You could do it with a combination of Dark 1 and Warm 3. That would be a good option too for a matte bronzer. If you had a jawline, you could take it there. I don't, so I'm not going to. I don't want it to look like I have a beard. So yeah, using a couple of shades darker foundation, probably 3 and up darker for your foundation, for the bronzer is ideal. Okay, so that is bronzer, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlight. This is not foundation. This is I use the Diamond Dust Veil. And what I do is I get a little bit on my brush, tap off as per usual, and then I turn my face towards the light, and you can see there where the light hits that high plane of my face. That's where the highlight goes, and it just accentuates that. And I'm gonna do it on the other side. Turn so I can see the light, and put my highlight there. You can also put a little bit of highlight on the tip of your nose. Really like to do that. And keep its bow. Okay, next step for me would be blush. I don't use foundation for that. If you wanted to, I mean, you could mix in. Actually, let's try that. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the dark one with my blush to kind of mute the color a little bit and make it a little more nudie rose than like peachy pinky rose. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, I just discovered that tip. If you have a blush that's a little bit too vibrant, you can add a tiny bit of a darker shade of the foundation, and it will kind of mute it down for you. So there you go. That one's for free. So, okay, so the only other step as far as like my face makeup would go, would be brows. And as I talked about with the contour and how it pulls warm on me, the foundation as filling, the powder to fill in my eyebrows, it does the same thing, even more so. I'm not going to do that for you because I have to go to work and people have to see me. But I don't know why it does that on me. I think it could be a combination of just my skin tone, you know, my rosacea perhaps, because I do have a lot of redness in my skin. It could be that I'm a hot mama and I'm very hot natured. A lot of factors could play into that. It might not do it for you. I know that there are a lot of people that like to use the brow powder in their brows. I'm gonna show you how I do mine with another powder, the way that I prefer to do it, because I have very sparse brows. I've got a little bit of brow gel in them right now. If I didn't, you wouldn't be able to see them. And I wouldn't be able to see them. So, so that's why I did that. So I'm gonna take an eyebrow brush here. It's just a flat brush. And I'm going to actually wet my powder a little bit and get some on my brush. And then I'm gonna put some on my hand. This is more of a taupey shade and it doesn't pull very warm on me, so it works really, really well. And one thing that I learned from my wonderful friend, Lauren Prats, who owns a brow salon, and she just opened like another place they do like manicures and they mix specialty lip colors and stuff. It's really cool. She did my brows for me one time, and she said that you get your arch from the top, not the bottom. And I think that that's a mistake that a lot of people make most of the time, is they try to create their arch on the bottom. So what she did is, and you can do the 3-dot method that I showed you guys before. You get a little bit on the tip of your brush, you line it up with your nose, and you put a dot right there, and then you line it up, go through the black part of the pupil of your eye, and you put a dot there. Whoop, can't see it. And then you go to the edge and follow your the edge of your eye, and you put a dot there. And then that shows you how to connect the dots. But what she did when she did my brows is she basically did a straight line from where this front dot would be to just under that second dot, and then filled that in, flicking up. You want this first part here to be lighter and less filled in than the rest of your eyebrow, because you naturally have less hair there, at least most people do. And so you do a straight line to connect there, and then you flick out the tail on the bottom. Okay, and then on the top, you're going to, again, oh, that was too much. Too much. Hold on. Okay, let me get a little bit off my brush there. Follow that, again, straight line from about the middle part of your brow to that second line. Okay? And then you turn your brush the other way and you just turn it down. And that will give you your pretty arch if you do it right and don't junk it up like I just did when I went back over it again. And then you can fill in a little bit more in the front. You're gonna wanna get a spoolie too. Where's my spoolie? To brush out the product a little bit. Where's my spoolie? There it is. Okay. Now, you know, this is her technique that I am trying desperately to replicate. My eyebrows are very stupid. I've done this on other people though that have decent looking brows to begin with. And of course, when she did it on me, it looked amazing. But I have struggled to replicate what she did. But the 3 dots really help a lot. And remembering that your arch comes from the top, not the bottom, is like mind-blowing tip regarding brows of my life. So, okay, I'm gonna stop fussing with this one and just quickly do the other one because that's my good brow. All right, so you guys have to just watch me struggle for a second. I'm not gonna do the dots on this one just because I'm trying to hurry up so we can get on to the other good stuff. We're gonna do the eyes next. And I'm just gonna do a basic look. That's kind of my everyday go-to look. And it's super easy and super simple and super quick. I haven't really been wearing a whole lot of makeup day to day. Like yesterday, for example, I did my face, just foundation and a little bit of blush. And I did, that's as good as it's gonna get, I think, y'all. My eyebrows are so dumb. I just did my foundation and a little bit of blush, and what else did I do? I did lip gloss and mascara, and that was all I did. And it took me all of about 5 minutes to get my face done and get out the door. So this is bothering me, sorry. Okay, I'll have to deal with it later. Okay, anyway, so brows. Nah, I'm not the best person to look to for brows. Again, you can use the foundation for that. I can't because of how it pulls warm on me. All right, so we're gonna do eyes. Like I said, mine are already primed. And I don't have I like to do a light shimmery color on the moving part of my lid. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that is not foundation. I'm looking for my brush here. Okay, I'll just use this one. All right, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of, I have a little bit of Wanderlust and Crowned All Over mixed, and that makes a really nice shimmery color. The Crowned All Over kind of intensifies the shimmer of Wanderlust, which I like. And what I like to do is just kind of put it about halfway across and then just go up about halfway to add some lightness and some brightness there. Okay. You could also run some under your brows if you wanted to. And then I'm going to go into dark 3. I have some dark 3 here, a little sample. It's a really, really pretty brown shade and very warm, which I like on my eyes. And I'm gonna get a little bit, should be using the Savvy Minerals brush, but I I just grabbed this one, so that's what we're gonna go with. And I'm just gonna do a little bit in that outer corner, just going in kind of circular motions, buffing it in towards the center lightly, but the concentration of it is in that outer corner. And then I'm gonna come up, again, circular motions above my crease. I'm gonna go a little higher than probably, if you have a really defined crease, you don't need to go as high as I do. I'm kind of trying to create a crease here because I have a hooded eye. And when I open my eyes, you won't, if I just do it in the crease, you won't be able to see that eyeshadow. So I've seen, you know, some people like, they create like this kind of angle here, and all you see when they have hooded eyes, all you see is this little bit of darkness on the outside of their eye. And I have so much real estate here. I want to eat some of that up. So I'm just going a little bit higher. You can do this as intensely or as lightly as you prefer. Again, I need a little bit of contouring to create a crease for myself. But if you have a nice, natural, beautiful eye socket, defined eye socket, then you don't need to work as hard as I do. And you know, inevitably, on the days when I go very, very light, you know, because of my features, I'm very fair. I have hooded eyes, I have invisible brows, I have invisible lashes. You know, on days when I do very minimal makeup, I inevitably will get a, are you okay? Did you sleep well last night? You know, are you not feeling good? Like, nope, this is just my face, you know, so. Okay, so the next step, this again is not foundation, but I hope you can see, and you can kind of mix this up a little bit. You could do a lighter shade up above and then do a darker shade in the outer corner. You can use the darker foundations as eyeshadow beautifully. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of Jet Setter and run that along my lash line, and then we'll move on to the last step of this, all the ways you can use foundation. So far, we've used foundation as foundation. We've used it as contour. We've used it to mute a more intense blush color. We've used it as bronzer. We've used it as eyeshadow. You can use it to fill in your brows if it doesn't pull too warm for you, which I know a lot of people it does not do that for. Some people even use the light multitasker, but I can't use that either. Even when I had red hair, it pulled too warm. It looked weird on my skin tone, but I know a lot of people that use the multitaskers and the foundation successfully for brows. Unfortunately, I'm a problem child and I'm just not one of those people. So, okay, so I've got a little bit of, so how many ways is that? So foundation, contour, muting down blush, bronzer, eyeshadow, brows, if you can do it. So far that's 6 different ways, so that's kind of fun. Let me just curl my lashes and get some mascara on my lashes here so that we can actually see them. And if you stick around, if you've stuck around with me so far, because it's almost 20 minutes, thank you. But if you stick around to the end, I have a surprise, and hopefully that'll just be another minute or two, and then we'll be done. And then you can find out what the surprise is. I only do mascara. Of course, I'm not using the Savvy. I have a whole video about that. If you're curious if you're new and you're curious as to why. I only do mascara really, especially like day-to-day makeup on the top lashes. And I do that for a couple of reasons. First of all, I feel like it makes my eyes look more open. if I don't close it up with anything on the bottom. Also, so I save it for more, you know, dramatic smoky looks. I'll do stuff on the bottom. But also on long days, you know, my eyes water a lot. And it just gets messy. So it keeps my under eye area looking nice. Okay, so the last way that I'm going to show you that you can use foundation is to darken a lipstick. So I have a couple of light shades of lipstick here. I can't read the bottoms because I have my contact lenses in, but I think I have Daydream and Adore. I think that's what they are. And I'm going to take a little bit of the dark 2, and I'm going to get it on my finger here, and I'm going to run it. I have a little bit of lavender lip balm on, that helps to spread it. You could leave it just like that. That's a pretty warm nude shade. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. I will be doing that again. But if you have a lighter shade lipstick that you want, that you want to darken a little bit, you can put that over the top. And you see that that's just a little more peachy, and it's a much less, it's not as light, and it's less, what's the word I'm looking for? It's less shimmery than it is in real life because I'm putting it over a matte base and, or a matte product. And again, it just makes it an even more kind of intense, warm nude shade without a lot of the shimmer and without the pinky tones that this normally shows up as on me. So, so it warmed it up a little bit. I really like that color. I really like that color. You could use, if you can get your hands on, like, I don't have dark 4, but dark 4 would give you an even more intense effect. You could, dark 4 in your eyes would be amazing. You know, obviously if you're darker complected than me, you could use it for other things. You could use it perhaps as contour. You could mix it with something else and maybe use it as your bronzer. So that you might even be able to do your brows with it. But I just don't have dark 4. But that's my face with mostly foundation, right? I mean, I've used foundation 6 different ways. So I'm really happy with that. The last step that I'm gonna do here is just spritz with the DIY setting spray, which I swear by, y'all. If you haven't tried this yet, go to the Young Living blog, Google setting spray. It's amazing. Okay, so this is getting to be an extremely long video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up with the surprise that I promised. Okay, so the surprise is I have a giveaway. So if you've made it to the end, congratulations. Everybody else that was like, Tina, you talk too much and gave up on me, they're gonna miss the giveaway. But so there's a giveaway, and I know I got, some people got a tube of Wish lipstick in their February orders. I think they only did it for orders that were placed during Valentine's week. So if you placed it before or after Valentine's, then you missed out. But I had an ER order and a quick order that same week. So I actually got 2 of the Wish lipsticks, and I'm about to burn myself, excuse me, on my flat iron. So I have a tube of that to give to you. And also I have a container of Serene blush. It's very pretty. It is the blush that I used today to, in a combination with the dark one. And it is a nice kind of corally, a deep coral shade. It's very pretty. And it's one of those blushes that you can use multiple different ways. You can use it on your lips. Obviously, you can use it for blush. You can use it on your eyes. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to be giving away both of these to one lucky person. The only thing that you have to do to be entered into the giveaway is be a member of the Facebook group and be subscribed to me on YouTube. So do those two things, like this video, and so actually there's more than just those two things. So be a member of the Facebook group, be subscribed to me on YouTube, like and leave a comment on this video, and you will be entered to win both of these wonderful things. And I will be picking a winner. Let's see. Okay, well anyway, this is my birthday month. So I will pick a winner next Sunday. So March, what would that be? March 17th, I think. March 17th, I will pick a winner on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, so go ahead and make sure you're a member of the Facebook page, the Facebook group, you're subscribed to me on YouTube, like this video, leave a comment, and you could win these. So anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging with this very long video. I really appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing all the ways that you use foundation. And if you have any tips or tricks, obviously you can leave those down in the comments. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.